Well, John Quelch is Dean of the Business School at the University of Miami in Florida. He has also served on the board of directors at several corporate, nonprofit, and public agencies. He joins us from Miami. Thank you, John, for joining us. Negotiations between both sides have been extended through the weekend, and President Trump said he may extend that March 1st deadline for a deal. Should we take these as signs of progress?
I think so, Francis. Both sides here really need to come to an agreement in order to make an announcement before the March 1st deadline that will reassure world markets and essentially ensure that the economic growth of the world economy is sustained. The absence of an announcement before the deadline would, in fact, I think, have a very negative effect on the markets. Perhaps the U.S. side is under a little bit more pressure because they, of course, laid down the marker of March 1 in the first place. And with President Trump in Vietnam on February 27th with the North Korean leader Kim Jong-un, you know, there is a pressure on the U.S. side to make an announcement and arrive at some interim agreement before March 1.
And you kind of touched on my next question. Why do you think there appears to be progress now? I mean, what's changed in this dynamic between both sides?
Well, I think there have been, for example, many memoranda of understanding over the years between U.S. negotiators and the Chinese side. And rightly or wrongly, many in the U.S. feel that those memos of understanding really didn't have any teeth. And President Trump has been determined this time round to put all of the issues on the table and to push hard for an arrangement that does have some enforcement elements to it, in addition to just goodwill gestures and promises for future cooperation. I think what we're going to see by March 1 is the following. We're going to see a statement regarding incremental Chinese purchases of agricultural energy products, etc., from the U.S. We're going to see either a rollback in the tariffs that have been proposed, or more likely no further escalation of the tariffs as had been expected on March 2 in the absence of a total agreement. But what we'll also see, I think, is some pretty robust statements regarding the intellectual property issue, where I think both sides have, at this point, mutual interests in making sure that things are much better than they have been in the past. After all, many Chinese companies are now innovating, and they need IP protection internationally, just as U.S. companies need IP protection in China and around the world.
Really quickly, we have less than a minute to go. John, what are you going to be watching over these next few days?
What I'm going to be watching for is whether or not there is continuing dialogue, not just after this weekend, but through the rest of the coming week, because obviously not all issues have been resolved yet. There has to be, however, enough resolved before March 1 that both sides will feel comfortable making an interim announcement, and perhaps also that announcement will include a roadmap towards a final resolution of the outstanding issues. That's what I'm looking for.
Thanks for breaking it all down with us. John Quelch with the University of Miami Business School. Thank you so much.